Hello everyone, I'm FARMERSIM, and for the final time, welcome back to Iowa Cattle. So I did mention a couple of episodes ago that I would very much like to bring this series to a close, but I didn't want to do it suddenly. I didn't just want to abandon the series and move on to something without bringing this one to a nice point. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. We are now in November. As you can see, 1st of November, the bank balance is looking very healthy. We'll touch on that in a minute, but we've got a lot to do today. We've got all of our fields are ready to harvest. We've got some soybeans here. We've got some corn. We've got even more soybeans, and as you can see from where we are now, we are in the cab of the cotton harvester that I purchased a wee while ago, and we're going to go and make a start and finish our cotton fields. Now, this is a completely new thing for me. Again, I did mention this when I bought this machine, I suppose, that I've never actually done my own field of cotton, not once. I've done the odd contract here and there, and you know, benefited financially from the little residual bit you get at the end of that contract, but I've never actually had and done my own cotton field, and that's in FARMERSIM 25, in FARMERSIM 22, and way back to FARMERSIM 19 as well. So it's high time that I did, but now everything is ready to go. So I'm hoping today is going to be a very busy episode. It might be a little bit longer than my usual episodes, possibly. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, so it's going to be very, very busy. We've got lots to do, but I've been really excited and keen to see what we can get into the bank from our own fields of cotton. Now, referring back to the bank balance, we're now sitting at $1.2 million. Now, this is as a result of me very gently moving us forward in time from when the last episode ended in May. So 6 months or so. I have day by day, month by month, very carefully just moved us through time, because I didn't want to. I can just go into easy development controls and just click a few buttons and fly through months and months and months in a matter of minutes. But of course, if I did that, all the cows' health and productivity levels would plummet and to rock bottom, and they wouldn't produce any milk. Now, we have made, drum roll please, $724,265 between May and now from the milk. That's an incredible amount of money. So it's brilliant. We left the last when I started this big shift, we had about $500,000 in the bank. So now we're sat at 1.2 million. So that's great, and that doesn't include obviously the cotton that we're going to get from here. Both of the fields, we've got this field and the big custom field that's on the other side of those trees there. So we're going to get straight down to that very, very soon. But yeah, very quickly just jump into the PDA and show you where we're at. So here is our crops. We have soybeans over in field 5. We've got a big field of corn here, which we're going to be putting straight into the corn dryer. Now, we're not going to see what that's going to be worth right now and within this series, unfortunately, but there's going to be a good chunk anyway. And obviously, we've got a bigger field of soybeans over here in field 4. Now, also in between the episodes, I did focus on the grass that was ready to cut. If I go to our growth menu, everything's ready to go now, apart from this field that we don't own. The field 1 and field 11 here are grass, and field 15 here is the alfalfa, and they're all ready to cut again, but we're not going to be focusing on that now, or at all in that respect, because I've just done that in between episodes. We did very well off of the alfalfa hay. For some reason on this map, anyway, I don't think this is normal. I'm not too sure, but it's something that happens on this map anyway. When you mow alfalfa straight away with, in my case, with the Krone Big M450 mower, it turns straight into alfalfa hay. So I was able to just pick it all up, get it baled up, and put it into both of my TMR mixers. So again, just quickly show you that for the sake of it. We've got 500,000 litres of TMR in there and 500,000 litres in there as well, and the hay has been topped up from the alfalfa hay. We also do have huge quantities of silage here over in the bunkers. All 4 of the bunkers now have got massive quantities of silage in. We'll jump into stock check very quickly and just show you where we're up to with that. 3.7 million litres, that's across the 4 bunkers. So that's a nice quantity to have. Of course, we're not going to be taking advantage of that anymore in this series. It's there. The cows are all fed. They're topped up. They have straw if they need it. And also, all 3 of the big cow barns are full of total mixed ration as well, ready to receive them. The one thing they haven't got in there is straw. And that's going to be provided by the soybeans and the corn that we'll be harvesting a bit later on. So, when it comes to ending this series and ending this episode, by the end of it, hopefully, touch wood, all cows are going to be in the 3 big barns. They'll be fully topped up with food, and we'll be able to get all the straw that we harvest by the end of this episode into those as well. So they'll be sorted for their bedding. So that's where we're up to. Yeah. All sorted, I think. We've got myself into a nice place, which is great. So, like I said, I've been very keen to get into this. So let's unfold the harvester. Again, this is a relatively new thing for me. I know a lot of you out there will probably have done cotton many times, but I haven't. So let's drop this header down. Let's power you on and start cutting our first cotton. Now, the only piece of equipment that I don't own on the farm to do with cotton now is a cotton bale trailer to pick up all the bales out the field when we're done and go and sell them. What I am going to be doing, of course, is I'm going to be harvesting all the fields and all the cotton first, and then when we've got all the cotton bales lying around sitting waiting to be picked up, then I can refer to time-saving stock check and just have a look and see what it's worth now and what it's worth in the future, just for my own peace of mind, as I say, because I'm relatively new to cotton. It'd be nice just to see what it's worth in one go instead of just selling them in bale by bale and then having to add things up at the end to see what we've made or not made. So yeah, I'll keep hold of them. We'll keep them all where they are, and then I'm going to lease the big articulated truck version of the cotton bale trailer and get them all picked up out of the field. And I think we probably will sell them straight away, to be fair, because I'm not too sure how many we're going to get. I'm not too sure how much space they're going to... I know how big they are, of course, but I don't know how much space they're going to take up. We don't really have anywhere on the farm to store them, so we probably will sell them straight away. Possibly, though, like I say, if there's a massive difference in price between what we can get for them now and what we can get for them at best sell time, then it probably will be a good idea to keep hold of them, even though we won't actually be doing that in this episode. But hey-ho, you know what I mean. Be interesting to see. That's the whole point. So, anyway, enough of my dulcet tones. We're going to crack on with this. I can imagine we've got a pretty decent bit of time ahead of us before this is finished. So, I think we'll stick a bit of music on and enjoy a bit of a cotton harvest. Right, the first bale's been spat out, ladies and gentlemen, and a quick update, because I think this is going to be absolutely incredible. So if I jump into time-saving stock check and just show you where we're at, one bale, 20,000 litres, currently worth $47,288. Best price is $50,000, so there's only a couple of grand difference. So I think the decision has been made by me now that when everything is done and dusted here, we're going to be selling them straight away. But it's a big job. Where if you have a look at the course play heads-up display there in the middle there, currently still 3 hours and 43 minutes left on this field alone. The other field is even bigger. Again, just jump into the PDA and show you there, yeah. We're in field 17 here. The no-name field custom one down here in the bottom left is considerably bigger, so there's a bit of time ahead of me here. But either way, it's all good. I'm very much looking forward to this drop into the bank from what this is going to bring. So let's just knuckle down, and I'll see you in a while. Why on earth have I waited this long to experience the profitability of cotton? This is absolutely incredible. Now, I appreciate the field. This field is quite big, yes. Field 17 over there, in my personal opinion, isn't by far a big field. But just taking into consideration Field 17, the first one that I harvested there, we made in total the value of the cotton that you can see, because admittedly, I have instigated super strength and I have just lined them all up at the side of the field here so we can see what we got. But there's 8 bales over there, 7 full ones and an almost full one. The value of that cotton, based on time-saving stock check when I'd finished that field, was $394,776. So just using that field alone, we'd have been in profit, and that's taken into consideration the $300,000 that I spent on this harvester, would have been 94 grand in profit. Plus what we have here. Now, I suppose I was a bit premature with the drum roll before, wasn't I, when I was going through the value of the milk that we've made over the last few months. If I jump into stock check now, look at that. $965,300 we've got value of cotton. Yes, that's maximum value. The present value is $914,000, which I'm going to be selling at. I'm not going to be holding on because it's, $900,000, essentially. It's absolutely crazy. It really is. So, need to crack on. I'm going to get this done. I'm going to get all this faffing done off camera. I need to get myself over to the store with the truck. I'm going to lease a cotton trailer, big bale trailer for the truck. And we're going to get all these picked up, taken over to the store, get them sold, get a load more money in the bank. We'll be north of $2 million by the time this is finished, which is absolutely brilliant. So, yeah, I'm a bit... I suppose I'm a little bit disappointed in myself for not having done cotton so much sooner, because I mean, I don't know exactly what the most profitable crop is in Farming Simulator, but this has got to be up there, hasn't it? Surely? You know, a field of this size with the usual arable crop, I couldn't, it depends on the crop, doesn't it? But I've got no idea the kind of money you'd be getting out of this particular field with say, wheat, for example, or, corn or sunflowers or anything like that. But cotton? Wow. It's worth some serious money. So there is one thing I will admit though, and I feel a bit silly for not having realised this sooner. But I have always played with my games in Farming Simulator on hard economic difficulty. And one thing I did just check on when I was busy doing the first field, and I can't understand how I've missed this, but I've been running this save from day one on normal economic difficulty. It's a habit I'd got into for so long. Every single other one of my saves that I've ever done has been on hard difficulty, but this is actually on normal. So technically, yes, I'm getting more money than I'd be used to from that cotton harvest. I did flick it to hard economic difficulty before, and it was that the whole crop turns from 900,000 down to about just under 500,000. But I'd already made the clip before showing the value of one bale, so I didn't want one cotton bale, so I didn't want to change it then. But anyway, it is what it is, hey ho. So, right, like I say, I'm going to go and sort stuff out, get these bales picked up, and I'll pick you up in a wee while's time when we're over at the store, selling the last of the cotton with a much bigger bank balance, no doubt. So, see you very soon. Righto, here we are. We've got the last couple of bales behind us now. Let's get the money in the bank. Check out that bank balance now, just north of $2 million, which is utterly brilliant. It really is a wonderful way to almost finish the series, but we've still got a heck of a lot to do before it ends. So let's get these unloaded. Where are we? Unload bales. I think we've got about $100,000 worth here at the minute. Now, as you'll see, I have stopped time. I did actually stop time as well, or half time at least, while I was working those fields, because they took an extremely long time. They really did. Overall, to do both of those fields. Now, maybe this is a reason why I suppose cotton isn't necessarily a, dare I say, a popular one. I don't know whether it is or not. I'm not too sure, but it took me just north of 9 hours in real life to get those 2 fields harvested, which is a crazy amount of time. The harvester runs at about 4 or 5 miles an hour. It is a slow process, but goodness me, is it worth it? It really, really is. We got 300. I think I said before, didn't I? $394,000 worth of cotton from field 17, and the custom field there we got, as near as makes no difference, just north of $600,000, which is amazing, quite frankly. So first and foremost, I need to jump into the garage here and get rid of this very briefly leased cotton bale trailer. Let's return that. Yep, it's not really cost us much money at all. But the work does not stop there. We have got now about 142 acres of land of arable to harvest. We've got 2 fields of beans and 1 field of cotton. 92 acres of beans in total, and the balance is on the about 50 acres of corn as well. So what I think I'm going to do, we're going to go, we're going to head straight back out. I'm looking behind me there as if I can see see the field, but no, it's the big field, field 4. We're going to get that one started, get it done, and then get field 5 over by the farm done while we've got that header attached to the combine. And then once those 2 are done, it'll be time to swap headers out and jump into this field here, field 10. 50 acres of corn to get done, and we'll be running those straight over to the grain dryer, and they'll be stowed away in there to be turned into dry corn. So plenty to do, plenty to do. So I'll get this thing back to the yard, and I'll see you in a moment. Another mod that I am so grateful for its return is manual attach here. I have missed this one so bad. It's really interesting how muscle memory stays with you, because I used manual attach constantly in FARMERSIM 22, and we're now almost a year into the life of FARMERSIM 25. It has just made a return. I believe there's 2 versions of manual attach actually by 2 separate modders that now exist. But either way, I'm really grateful for its the fact that we've got it back. But yeah, it's just really interesting how I haven't had to get used to using it again. It's just been kind of normal. It feels great just having to jump out the cab and manually connect your equipment. It's really cool. So anyway, right, so headers attached, the grain header at least. We're going to make our way over to field 4 on the far east side of the map, get that big field of beans done, and then we'll be coming back over here, get these beans done, and then we'll be switching headers over and getting the field of corn done. Now what I'm going to do, I mentioned before obviously that as you can see, the time scale is set to 0 again. I'm doing that because I don't want to be faffing around going into the next in-game day. I'm just looking to get this harvest done, and I do really like harvesting on a nice sunny evening, and that's what we've got. Plus the fact that the cotton harvest before, had I left time on 1 times as I normally have it on, would have taken us well into the early evening at least anyway. So hence that's why I slowed time down, so I can kind of get all this done in this in-game day. Another thing I am going to do regarding the straw, again, just to make my life a little bit easier, because, you know, don't get me wrong, I don't mind a long time making videos and all that, but this particular video is so far I'm on my 2nd day of recording this, to put it all together because of the time it takes to do the actual work in the game. So I'm just going to pop this here for now. Actually, we'll just pull that up. There we go. We should have a space to hitch the header up on the road. I think that'll do. But yeah, because it's going to take me such a long time, I kind of figured I'd just stop time, get it all done in this in-game day. But what I'm going to do is I'm also going to lease, and I know this is a little bit cheaty of me, I've done it once or twice in the background on previous episodes on in different places, just to make my life a bit easier, so it doesn't take so long to actually put the episode together. But when it comes to the straw that we're going to get from the beans and the corn, I'm going to lease the Lizard TARDIS pickup wagon that's just got a nice big capacity, because the point of that is just to get the straw picked up and put into all 3 of the cow barns that the cows are going to be going into, because that's another job I want to get done before I box off this episode and this series, is move all, how many have we got now? Way north of 1,000, I think it's about 1,300 cattle we have on the farm now. Get them all moved into the barns, ready for winter, because we are in November. So that's the idea. So that's another massive job, because I think if I remember correctly, the capacity of the cattle trailer that we've got, the Wilson Silver Star, I think it's 36 cattle that it holds. So that's going to be many trips back into loading up the cow barn. So I've got that to do as well. So I'm just going to give myself a little bit of a fighting chance in getting this episode done within a week. So yeah, I'm gonna lease the Lizard TARDIS trailer and get all the loose straw picked up from the swaths when we've done the harvesting. Get all that loaded into the cow barns as we're kind of doing the other harvest. So as soon as we've got all the beans done, I'll throw a tractor and the Lizard TARDIS into the soybean fields and get the straw picked up while we're doing the corn. So I'm going to faff around here for a few minutes, get everything sorted out, get a couple of tractors and trailers sent over to the fields to support the harvester, and yeah, I'll see you down at the field in a few moments' time. Right then, we're off. There was a bit of a faff there just getting this thing attached to the combine with manual attach, getting the PTOs attached and all that, but it's all sorted now. We're running. Got the 2 fence behind me waiting to support with the trailers, and we'll be selling this grain straight away, so it's not too far to run, just over there. I have equipped the big grey Fendt 1067 that's normally sat on the big double wheels. I have kitted that out just with the single wheels for now, just to keep it manoeuvring all right, get it so it's not, because it does have a bit of a big footprint when it's sat on those big double dual chunky wheels, so I've just stuck it on the singles for now. And they've got the John Deere over at the dealership there waiting for this job to be done, so we can lease the Lizard TARDIS trailer and get the corn picked up and taken progressively over to the cow barns. So I'm going to crack on with this. I think I'm going to try and throw as much of this into a cinematic as possible, potentially get the corn as well done into a cinematic. I'll get cracking, and I'll see you in a good few hours' time.
You and I, we're trouble in sight. Beating hearts don't lie. An empty page, a story to write. I'm in love, you're divine, and it's all in our signs. We're going away, get your bag, check the tag. Decision is made, lock your door, need no more. It's already paid, cancel your mail for a while. It's a journey for life, and I'm your ride. Hang on, we'll be long gone. Hang on, I cannot go wrong. God, I'm praying I'm not alone in this air of hope. 'Cause I'm in love, you're a star burning bright in my heart. We're going away, get your bag, check the tag. Decision is made, lock your door, need no more. It's already paid, cancel your mail for a while. It's a journey for life, and I'm your ride. Hang on, we'll be long gone. Hang on, I cannot go wrong. We're going away, get your back, check the tag. Journey for life, and it's already paid, cancel your mail for a while. It's a journey for life, and I'm your ride. Hang on, we'll be long gone. Hang on, I cannot go wrong. Hang on, we'll be long gone.
Well, there we are, ladies and gentlemen, all done. And when I say all done, I mean everything. Completely done. Obviously, you've just seen all the grain and corn has been harvested and stowed away where it needs to be or sold. All the straw's been sold. The cows are in the barns now. I did do that because I hope you can appreciate this. I'm not trying to rush things or anything, but this is actually day 4 of recording this episode now as I record this clip. And I knew that the task of moving all the cattle from pasture to pens or barns, or whatever you want to call it, was quite a task. Over 1,000 cows within a trailer that can hold 36 at a time from one side of the map to the other in a lot of cases was quite the task. So as I was doing all that harvesting work, I then kind of figured I needed to save myself a bit of time into the future. So I got the lorry and the silver. It's not the Silver Star, is it? What's it called? Silver Liner, I think, or something like that. The cattle truck, anyway. Got that running back and 2 on auto drive, just moving all the cattle. So everything is done. And look at the bank balance, just north of $3 million. We did all right out of that as well. From where we were before, we've increased the bank balance by $817,320. That's made up of about $530,000 of grain and straw, because I did sell some of the straw that we got from the beans and the corn. I put a load of it into the TMR mixers. I put a load of it into the cow barns. So all the cow barns, all 3 of them, are full of straw and food. The TMR mixer, if we jump into the menus here, as you can see, there's 1.5 million litres of straw in both of those. Over in the corn dryer, we got 416,434 litres of corn. So when we translate that into dried corn, because you don't lose any from it, it's like, 1,000 makes 1,000, as it were. If we scroll down to the bottom, there you go, 1,000 corn makes 1,000 dried corn with a bit of propane. That will translate to, at best sell time, $744,000. So yeah, it's just a nice place to leave the save. That's what I wanted to do. I didn't want to just abandon it, like I said earlier in the video today. I didn't want to just abandon it and move on to it like I did that a few times back in FARMERSIM 22, and it didn't sit right with me. And because I have absolutely loved making this series, I've really enjoyed every episode that I've made on here. Don't get me wrong, I know it's only like, what's this one? Episode 28, I think. So I know, compared to some series within the Farming Simulator content creator community, I know it's not as long as it hasn't gone on for as long as others. But I have loved making every single episode. And one of the main reasons is this farm. I really, when you've got a beautiful, incredibly laid out, wonderful and immersive farm to play on, it makes, for me anyway, in my personal opinion, it makes it so much more enjoyable when you've got a special farm to play on. But yeah, it's been a mega one. I really have enjoyed it. So yeah, we've not done bad, have we? North of $3 million. I have, like I said, I've bought everything back. Everything's done. Everything is cleaned, washed, and I think I've forgotten to wash the header actually. But yeah, all the machinery's parked up in the sheds, where they will now live forevermore in digital purgatory, I suppose. But yeah, we've done all right. If we jump into the yield map, which is again a nice thing to leave it on, the yield maps, so that the soil maps for the fields have never looked so good. There's so much green down here in the soybean field. As you can see, we got massive areas of 123% yields in here, as we did over here previously off camera, with the alfalfa. Here in the cornfield, big patch of it here in field 5 next to the farm here, and the corn as well, for example. There we've done pretty good, and it's a very nice place to leave it, I've got to say. So yeah, it's been good, it's been fun, and I have loved it. And I've got to say a massive thank you to every single one of you who have joined the channel as a result of this series. I know a lot of people did jump on board and subscribe to the channel as a result of the first few episodes of this series, and throughout the series as well. So I'm really grateful to you all for jumping on board, supporting the channel, and also to everyone over on Discord as well. I know when I started this series, we released a version of this farm, because the popularity of this farm, when I first released episode 1, the popularity of this farm was insane. As soon as I said that we were going to release a copy of this save game, it went crazy, it went nuts, and it was a lot of work. And unfortunately, we did it at the wrong time, and it wasn't anything to do with it. It wasn't our fault, but it was after the release of one of the patches for the base game from Giants. And because this map uses custom ground textures and such, it caused a load of problems. So not only did we release a version of the save game, and I say a version of it because there's a couple of sheds in the farm that we couldn't release publicly. So Kim very kindly made a slightly different version of this farm for everyone to download with the save game. And because the map needed a bit of fettling, as it were, with custom ground textures, it was a lot of work, basically. Essentially that's all I'm saying. But the number of people who jumped onto the Discord to get a copy of this was incredible, and it was wonderful. It was a great time. It was very busy for us, obviously, because we were having to inform many people individually of how to fix the map, essentially, because when you downloaded when you updated the game with the latest patch and then loaded into this, all the ground was invisible and it disappeared and all that kind of stuff. So there was a way of fixing it, but we had to essentially just give everybody instructions on how to do that. But anyway, the point is, it was so well received. It was wonderful to see that so many people were clamouring at the bit, as it were, to get a copy of this farm. And I don't blame them, because it is an incredible thing. It really is. My very good friend Chimera, thank you so much for this one. Funnily enough, it wasn't built for me in this case. Kim has done that for me on several occasions. Back to the Vintage Oaks on 22. She's made my incredible farm over on Saxlingham. There's been a couple of others as well. Also, she built the farm over on my new series, Bellsmire Mains, Kinlaid story, which is a beautiful thing. But yeah, it's an incredible talent for it. It's just mega. So, to everyone, like I said before, thank you so much for being with me on this journey, on this series here on Iowa. I've loved every minute of it. And of course, finish off, Kim, mate, thank you so much for this. Yeah, what I was saying before, sorry, I lost my train of thought there. But yeah, this was actually a farm that she built for herself, and she posted a few images of it over on Discord. And I was like, ooh, that looks really nice. I think it was, if I run over and show you one of the images that I saw that first made me go, oh, that's special, was down here on this hill. She took a screenshot kind of somewhere down here, just looking up there. And I was like, obviously it didn't have my flag there or anything like that, but it was somewhere like here. And I saw kind of that image and I was like, ooh, this looks special. And just the fact that it's built on different levels with a lot of work gone into the landscaping and the contouring of the land just made it feel super special. And when she said, oh, you can, she was like, oh, I'm a bit near with it, so here you go, you can, and she fired it over to me, and I was like, mate, this is utterly incredible. So yeah, and the rest is history. Here we are. So anyway, enough of my dulcet tones. Like I said before, to everyone, thank you so much for supporting me on this series. I'm really glad you've enjoyed it. It has been relatively nicely received, so I'm grateful that you've all enjoyed it. And of course, like I said before, to my mate Kim, thank you again for all your hard work in what you've done here, mate, and what you did. But yeah, so if you do, like I said, there is a copy of this, a version of this farm over on my Discord. The link to my Discord will be in the video description below. Please feel free to click it and jump on board if you so wish. It's a slightly crazy place, our Discord. We have a bit of a laugh there, I've got to say. So yeah, if you are a user of Discord and you fancy a copy of this, or if you just fancy jumping on board anyway to come and say hello, please do. You are more than welcome. As I say, the link will be in the video description below. So yeah, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Montieth, Iowa, thank you so much, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, folks. Take care.